Welcome everyone, welcome back to this week's Tarot Tuesday readings. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. So I've chosen 3 cards to lead you into each reading, and these are the cards that came out. For reading number 1, we have Panther Spirit, Reclaim Your Power. And for reading number 2, we have Ant Spirit, Time to Collaborate. And for reading number 3, we have Sandpiper Spirit, Be Playful. So just take a moment to call all your energy back to yourself and take some nice, deep breaths. And just feel the earth beneath you. Just feel that deep connection with who you are, with the land around you. When you feel grounded and centered and your energy is all in balance, have a look at the cards and see which one draws you in. There might be one, or it might be a couple of cards, it might be all 3, but there's perhaps one that really stands out as the first thing you want to tune into and hear the message about. And I'll see you in your readings. Welcome reading number 1. You chose the card Panther Spirit and Reclaim Your Power. And I really feel like the initial message coming through is sort of step into who you really are, be brave and be bold and believe in who you really are, calling all your energies back to yourself. I see that there's a little flower on the third eye here on this panther, and these bright shining eyes, and it just feels like that real sense of inner connection and just pulling all your energy back and just being strong and brave and believing in your step. And you might be faced with some challenges at the moment, but the panther is really asking you to just step into who you really are, and it will be easier to navigate anything that's in your path right now. We have grow within your current situation and release the old and rest. So definitely a sense of using the challenge, the difficulty, the way you're feeling right now, using that to help you to be stronger, be braver, really tuning into your own soul and moving forwards with more balance, with more grace, with more ease. It's like the situation that's in front of you is more an opportunity than something to be feared and something that you are sort of cowering away from, perhaps. It's more an opportunity for you to grow, to help yourself. Let's see. Yeah, release the old and rest. So, sometimes we need to retreat and rest to help bring in new energies, help shift how we're feeling about things. So it might need to be a little bit of an internal journey to really call in all your energy and just be able to take that brave step into the future that's in front of you. We have forward motion. Get up off your perch and move your body to usher in new energy and create positive momentum. Okay, so I spoke about there being sort of a retreat, but it seems like take that moment to rest and retreat and call all your energies back in. I can't notice these 2 crows, listen to the truth of the situation as well. And don't get distracted by the shiny objects. Really lean into yourself. You're a wise person. You're being gifted wisdom with the owl. So just really call in on that energy that is really deep within your soul so you can make some forward motion. And you don't need to struggle. So this is the release the old. No need to struggle against the wind when you can catch the current and sail easily upon the breeze with a smooth flight. So I get that sense that in the state of resistance to who you are and your own strengths, and resistant to the current situation or challenge that's in front of you, just resisting kind of dealing with it, looking at it properly, looking at it through the eyes of truth and not through the emotion of fear. that is going to help you to move forwards in a more balanced way. And there's a lot of, everyone is looking forwards. The crows are looking forwards. The hummingbirds are looking forwards. The panther is looking at you, and so is this lady, asking you to really be like, come on, you can do this. Look forwards. So we have grandfather, son, sacred fire, gratitude. So yeah, tune into being grateful for this challenge. It is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to help you grow from within, to help you really call on your own power and just like move into the person that you really are. And so this gratitude is asking you to be grateful for what's in front of you. Even though it feels like perhaps it's working against you, it's actually working for you. Everything is always working out for you. Is that card on okay? Yeah. And then we have fall stability. The stability will come when you move in balance instead of struggling. That's what I hear there. The sense of stability will come when you move in balance. When you are sure of who you are, you can stand on one leg and balance. And in the current here, because this stork, whatever bird this is, because this bird is not trying to walk upstream, they're just standing within the flow of the energy. Releasing the old, we have fall, we have autumn. We have autumn and fall twice here, with the old coming away and you balancing, rebalancing, and bringing yourself into this state of, that rest is like this stillness, just to really pull all your power and yourself together. See, oh, and this one. Another one. Let's go with that for just now. Yeah, you have a decision to make. 2 of both. And it feels like the decision is very equal. So this is not the decision to help yourself to move forwards. It's like perhaps you have this decision right now to really sort out and change your life. And either path you take is going to lead you there. One's going to feel resistant and one's going to feel in flow. We have 8 of bows, hearth fire. We have King of Arrows, Kingfisher. The World Tree. Well, this is more autumn coming through, or fall, as anyone else will call it. Knight of Stones, Horse. And then we have, interestingly, we have Clearance, 7 of Bows, which goes very nicely with that, release the old and rest. And then we have the Hooded Man, which is like the wise one. Interesting. I'll just pop you with your corresponding card here, because it feels like these are linked with the oracle cards that are below here. So let's have a feel into what we're looking at here, what we're getting here. Yeah, a sense of coming together. The hearth fire. The fire is always a place where people gather to celebrate, to come together. And I feel like, at the moment, you're just on fire. You have this decision to make and you're on fire and you just don't know which way to turn. And when you actually release that resistance, that's when everything will start to come together for you. It'll start to feel right. Notice that the leaves are actually falling off the trees, that it's nearly winter. We have Kingfisher, who have such a keen sense of eyesight, and notice how still this water is. They are able to find their fish. They're able to find the gold, they're able to find what they need. So finding that calmness, they'll sit and wait and watch from a distance, and then, go in and catch their fish. I just feel like you just finding that calmness in the chaos. So what feels like chaos to you with whatever challenge you're being faced, whatever's going on, find your own inner peace and calmness. It's just this card, like the Kingfisher seems so focused and calm. The water is calm. You know, everything is very calm about it. With the World Tree, I just feel this is a lot about balance, you know. It's a very even maze. There's this sort of all the seasons. You've got the spring, the summer, the autumn or fall and winter. And then this door that's kind of closed to you right now because you're not in balance. And I feel like that forward motion will happen when you're in balance. You know, this is really, you have this opportunity to move into balance and you're not in it just now. And it's like when you shift that, that's how you'll make a healthy activity. Do you know what I mean? It's like your movement will feel in balance. Your forward motion will be in balance. Everything will not feel like a struggle. It'll be calm and smooth, even though you're in a challenge or within chaos. It'll just feel easier. With clearance and the hooded man, these link very nicely with the oracle cards. The hooded man can often signify that you're being guided. So I just see the little wren, and this hooded man is looking at the wren. This is, you know, that sense of being guided. There is light at the end of the tunnel, but this person is rooted and grounded. And again, the door is closed though. So I wonder if that's closing the door to an old chapter. It's like closing the door to an old way of being, or a part of your life, you know. So it's perhaps you're making a transition to something new. You may be moving, or a new job, or a new relationship, or just integrating and becoming a new part of yourself. You know, not a new part of yourself, becoming who you really are. You know, you're really changing your inner being, reclaiming your power, and closing the door to anything that isn't helping you, anything that is not serving you, and closing the door to the past that may, release the old, releasing the old things in the past that have just held you back, whether they're your own fears, whether it's, the way you were living your life. That's the message I hear with this closed door. But it's not sadness. There's a wreath with this door. It just feels like, yeah, we celebrated the end of that chapter. It's like, it's not a sad time, really. Even though we feel it, it is celebrating moving into a new future. The clearance goes so nicely with the release of the old. Letting go of these old things. The old bow here is broken, and you have the opportunity to create new bows. So it's like the old way of being, the old things you used to do, the old job, the old place you used to live, whatever it is that's in your life that you're letting go of, that's the old. You can create the new with new young ideas, fresh creativity, fresh life, fresh love, and yeah, just kind of, it really signals that change, that shift. Reading number 1, you have this opportunity to really make a change for yourself in your life. Whatever is going on in your life, you have this opportunity to really make this change. And I feel a lot of it is about stopping trying to paddle upstream. And even if it's standing still for a minute, to release what's holding you back and to close the door on old chapters. Celebrate them. Be grateful that these old chapters have been, they're led you to where you are now, you're never off your path, because many paths lead you to where you want to go. And, it's just, the important thing is you keep going and you keep moving with it. And I think when there's just this little time you have here to just take that little stillness in the flow of the water and release that old chapter, whatever it is, so that you can take this forward motion and flow and really tap into who you are, calling all your energy back, calling your power back, and really being sure of who you really are. And that's how you find the calmness in the chaos, Reading number 1. This is your reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to your reading. Reading number 2. You chose the card Ant Spirit, Time to Collaborate. Interestingly, it's card 1, and that's singular. And the sense I got with you immediately was that sense of you feel like you're doing it on your own. You're the one. You're doing it on your own. And yeah, it's time for you to ask for help. It's also like in asking to help, knowing that there's support there. I also get that sense of, understanding that when you have people around you that help you, that you'll have that accountability. So, there's this sense of there's help and support, and this is an auspicious time for you to be helped and receive help. So I think sometimes like you struggle to receive help too, it's that challenge of I can do it on my own, and sometimes it's just easier to do it on your own. But I actually feel like this is a time for you to have some community, some sense of help and place within people in your life as well, but also to trust that spirit is helping you as well. The universe is helping you and guiding you and supporting you, and no matter how alone you may feel, that is always there. That's always there. And perhaps the right person or people or group of people are going to come into your life very shortly, and they're going to help you. It's like the jigsaw pieces. There's 3 jigsaw pieces here that can, it feels like it will fit together, when you allow help in to help you. Let's see what the rest of the cards have to say. I feel really drawn to the Mystical Shaman Oracle right now, which is quite an emotional deck, so we'll see what it has to say for you. I feel like there's an important card in here somewhere for you. That's the sense I get. If you'd like to come out now, important card, please. The Sun. Beautiful. The Sun, in this deck in particular, talks about rekindling your passion and your creative energy, letting your own light shine. But also comes with this sort of warning that if you shone your light for too long, you've been shining for too long, that there's light and there's dark, there's time for shining, there's time for rest, and that darkness must have equal time. So I get that sense of, this is where you've maybe been avoiding helping yourself or asking for help. So you've been shining bright, you've been helping everyone else. That's the message I'm getting. It just came in so clearly there. You have been shining so bright. You've been helping everyone else with their problems, with everything that's going on with them, and avoiding yourself, avoiding whatever you've been struggling with. And now you've taken on this role of the helper, the people pleaser, the person that helps everyone else, that you are not sure that you are in the right place with the right people and the right community to really ask for help for you, to help you with, what they call the darkness, with whatever that is sort of troubling you, that you're actually avoiding looking at by helping everyone else with their problems. That's the sense I get there. It's actually become a bit of a struggle for you, that. Interesting, this came out in reading number 1, so if you felt drawn at all to reading number 1, you might have a message in there too. Wise one, grow within your current situation. I really feel like this card is telling you that regardless of how you think or feel, that this is not a time to move with this, that it is the time to actually ask for help. And perhaps it's not within this group of people that you have been shining bright with. Perhaps it's with someone else. Perhaps someone else is going to come in. We have Medicine Guardian, be open to healing information. Lots and lots of green in here. I love how both these people are looking straight back at you and with compassion. So I just feel like that perhaps you don't even ask for help, but it is coming in for you. Be open to healing information. Somewhere, somehow, there's some information coming to you that can help you with how you are right now when you allow yourself to actually look at how you're feeling and how things can help you. Oh, I've got so much indecisiveness about the decks of cards, which, I often feel with a reading when things like that happen, it's because there's perhaps indecisiveness within you, your energy is indecisive about what to do or how to help yourself as well. Let's see what these cards have to say. We have Bravery Bear. We have Dream Time with Dreamcatcher. So perhaps this information and guidance is going to come in your dream time. That's the time when you connect in with your spirit guides, with your ancestors, and your own higher self, your own intuition. That's when wisdom comes to you. That's when the healing information can come to you. So pay attention to your dreams. Perhaps start a dream journal, because I feel like there's maybe some information coming through to you. With the Bravery Bear, I'm really getting that sense of it's really hard to then look at yourself and actually help yourself or want to help yourself or change where you're at, because doing what you're doing right now, you feel like you're helping so many other people and it feels great, but you're going to burn yourself out because you're really not helping yourself. We also have, as the breeze grows cooler, it's time for a change, migrating into new territory. Yeah, interesting, we got this directly below the sun, so it's like, this is you right now being this being that shines so bright, but I feel like winter's coming, and it feels a lot like it's going to be burnout, and it's really time to sort this out before it does become burnout, to really take that time to make a change in your life. Let's see. Feeling these tarot cards right now. Look at you shedding all your feathers. Knight of Pentacles wanted to come out then. Oh, here we are. I want that one. Those two. Just feeling that one. And that's it for the second. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like it's a really interesting way to read this card, but this is you shedding all your good fortune on everyone else. All this good fortune is being shed on everyone else, and you're just carrying the mantle. This is like the Bravery Bear, Knight of Wands. Standing in your truth, the light in the dark. And it's like you're at this position where this standstill's going to come because of burnout, because of what you haven't been dealing with yourself. So you need to stand in your truth. And Ten of Swords is represented really nicely in this deck, but it's quite often about feeling trapped, you're stabbed in the back, and I feel like, again, see how these two people are like, things are happening behind them because you're not looking at what you're not dealing with. You're refusing to look at it. You're just moving forwards all the time, and there's some challenges going on within you. There's things you're leaving behind that you really need to look at and deal with. You can't run away from your troubles. You need to look at them. And yeah, it's internal conflict. These people are not working together, and they could be. So it's interesting. I see this as two ways here. I see that these people could be working together to get to a common goal, or, by holding these wands in a certain way. So this sense of collaboration, time to collaborate, but you're not allowing that to happen. So there's that great sense of collaboration could happen for you. if you ask for it, if you deal with it, if you actually face your fears, facing your fears with the bravery of the bear, then you can be helped to get to where you need to go, to shine your own light, to burn away anything that isn't serving you. Because the world is your oyster, and you know that the world is very much the sign of completion of a cycle, you know, and that sense of joy from moving forwards from it. So it's like you just need to look at what you're not looking at, get the information that's coming through, collaborate, you know, find some people that can help you. If it's not in your current group, find someone else, or really allow yourself to be helped. Perhaps people are already reaching out to you to help you, and you're not listening. You're not hearing that message. You don't want to be helped because you don't really want to look at what's going on. You know, it feels like you feel like there's that strings attached to everything, you know, and you just get this sense of, you know, working together. Interesting. I just pulled from the deck here. 3 of Pentacles. Working together. More collaboration. Working together to a common goal. And that's the interesting thing, is perhaps this is not believing in your own worth. So not feeling like you're worthy of being helped. You know, you're very, very enigmatic and a lovely, empathic person who really wants to help everyone else, but you don't feel like you're worthy of being helped. You don't feel like you can collaborate with other people and work together with other people because you just don't feel like you're on the same wavelength as them, because you just feel worthless. And, you know, working together brings so much joy. So much joy. And that's the opportunity you have to bring more joy and balance into your life, because instead of pouring everything out of your cup and not refilling it through other people's help and love and receiving that, even, like, I really feel like perhaps there are already people trying to help you, but you are blocking that out. You're not allowing yourself to receive. And that can be linked to worthiness within you, whether you feel worthless or not. And it can also just be linked to, I just don't want to deal with it. So yeah, really feel into that. And it feels like if you don't start to deal with this now, it's going to hit you anyway. You can't keep avoiding doing what you're doing. Like, it's going to hit you anyway. And, you know, whether it hits you anyway or whether you decide to deal with it now, it's going to come right. There are people out there to help you. You will be helped. You will be guided. You are supported. And you will have this great sense of collaboration with other people. You will feel like you have a place where people can help you and you'll be able to receive it. And that's just wonderful. Reading number 2. This is your reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Reading number 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the card Sandpiper Spirit and Be Playful. And, you know, I see this sandpiper splashing in the water there amongst the lily pads. And I just get that sense of, you know, let out your inner child and let out that inner joy. I feel like perhaps you've got caught up in the seriousness of life around you. And, you know, it feels like you've just got so heavy and bogged down by adulting. And you have this opportunity right now to really lean into your inner child and playfulness and invite that lightness and playfulness just into the mundane, into everyday things. Like, it doesn't mean you have to like schedule playtime. I just feel like you could have more fun just in your normal day-to-day living. Have more lightness in your energy. Because as much as life seems very serious, and it is, you know, things are hard sometimes, it also is to be lived. It's to be enjoyed, you know. Let's see. I really want to tune into the hummingbirds first. Is there another card, hummingbirds? That's the one there. Let's see what the hummingbirds have to say. Love it. Powerful warrior, do not feel small. You are stronger, braver, and more valued than you know. It's time to tap into your true source of power. So much light. Love that. And we have flying solo. Your wings are strong. you can rely on and trust your resources to carry you forward successfully. You've got a cheer squad here. People that really believe in you. Let's see what else we get. Let's do one from this deck as well, I think. Definitely a bit of forward motion. Oh my goodness, we got 3 from this deck. Okay, let's see what we got here then. Excellent. Wow, this has come out in every reading. So in reading number 1 and in reading number 2. So if you felt called to either of those, there might be a message for you. And just to put it in perspective, I put this back in the deck in a random place and then shuffle. And yeah, every reading it's come out. Grow within your current situation. So there's a real sense of, for everyone in all the readings, but we're here with you, reading number 3, that whatever is going on, you have an opportunity to grow within it. You're being given this gift of wisdom and knowledge to help you grow within this situation. Then we have Knight, be brave and honest. It's interesting that these are really serious cards, isn't it? Then we have Rattle. We have Standstill and Water. Oh, wow. These are really powerful cards to come through today. So it's really interesting that there's so much lightness in this be playful, but it does not reflect how you feel and it does not reflect how your life is right now. It's the part you're missing, and it feels like you are going through quite a difficult challenge right now. The powerful warrior coming through is I feel like you're perhaps shelling up, and it's really not going to be helpful. This is about opening up and being bright, shining bright. Knowing your own true self, believing in yourself, knowing that you can trust yourself, and that things are going to move forwards successfully, as it says. It's going to move in the right way for you. Be brave and honest is like just actually tuning in with yourself. I just feel like this person is in great introspection, tuning in with yourself and being brave and honest about what you need to do here to help you feel better. So we have some really interesting cards. So with the Rattle, this is about calling in the energies that feel right for you. It's about working with the tools that support you and perhaps dropping anything that hasn't been helpful for you. And this corresponding with the water is about your emotions. The flow of emotions, the flow of water. And I get that sense that perhaps you have been using certain emotions to fuel you and fuel your your motion, what you've been doing, to fuel your life, and it's partly as well with this frustration with the standstill, and you just can't stop focusing what isn't right, and it's fueling you in a way that isn't helping you. I feel like a sense of anger, frustration, and it's making you get more stuck because you are not inviting in playfulness. You're not feeling the joy of life. You are taking motion. I don't know why I keep saying taking motion, but it's really interesting. You're taking motion, you're taking movement in ways that are not helpful, lashing out perhaps, or just, not being the kind-hearted person you are, because you're kind of trapped in this feeling and this sense of imbalance. I feel like you're imbalanced. Be brave and honest. Like, be honest with yourself. Be honest with how you're being and how you're feeling. And with this standstill, even though it feels like things are standing still, and perhaps they are, perhaps the universe has helped you here to stop. You need to stop, because you need to stop doing what you're doing and being how you're being. You have the opportunity to take your focus off of whatever is driving you mad, whatever is really affecting you right now. Take your focus off that. Be playful. Do something different. Bring some joy into your life. Just take that focus off, and quite quickly things will start moving again, because you will start to feel better. And when you do that, you'll be able to trust yourself. And I like the trust your resources to carry you forward successfully. So the resources you're using right now, the anger, the frustration, the heavier energies, they're not going to carry you forwards to where you want to go or in a way you want to be. So you have this opportunity to take this time to look at being playful at heart. And I can feel the resistance in that message. I can feel that resistance. Well, how can I get from that? It's actually making perhaps you feel more angry, because it's like, no, that's ridiculous. Why would I be playful when this is going on and this is going on? And that's a trap that you're in right now. Grow within that current situation, but you gotta grow with the joy. You got to grow with the light energies, the happier energies, the energies that open up and shine your light bright, instead of the energies that are making you feel in shadow and in darkness. Let's see what the tarot cards have to say. We're going for Wildwood Tarot this time, apparently. Let's see. Well, that is a lot of cards. Well, we're going with it. Let's see what we've got here. Oh my goodness, really interesting cards. Wow. We have the Seer, the Shaman. I can't help but see. So this is how you could be that deeply connected, everything in balance. You look very grumpy as the Shaman. The Shaman, the Rattle, these are all connected, but it feels like you're just like not moving in that balance where you're grumpy about it. Sense of responsibility. 10 of Bows. Are you carrying this responsibility and it is making you feel frustrated? Are you feeling like no one's here to help you, like you're doing this on your own? And, perhaps you are with the flying solo. You've got to believe in yourself, but you're not believing in yourself. You're just resenting everyone else at the moment. You're carrying all this weight, but you're not doing it with a light heart. You're doing it with so much heaviness. We have boredom, 4 of Vessels. This is a lot about looking at what's not right in your life and not seeing that there is great gifts around you, great growth around you. You're just hiding in your own dark place of boredom. And you get to bring in balance. This is you looking all sad and glum because you're not bringing that balance of energy into your life. We have the Archer. We have some really, really big major arcana cards here. We have the Archer, we have the Guardian, which is the Devil, and Rest. Interesting. So the Archer here is, that sense that you can make a different kind of movement, a new movement. It's very much reflects the flying solo. So like this person here has just so much sureness in who they are, and they are like taking that step into getting what they want, but not from a sense of fear and anger and hurt, but from a sense of determination and belief in themselves. And that's where you get to move through, and that's what you get to do in this near future right now. And with the Guardian, this is very much the challenge that's arrived, is you bringing your energy into balance so you can take on this new step with just so much, like, I just feel like it's just sureness in who you are. The doubts on you and your own ability is playing into the fear and playing into the emotions that aren't helping you. And with the 4 of Arrows, Rest, You know, it's like this standstill. You have this chance to just take a moment, take some time to really reflect on your inner being and transform with the butterfly anything that isn't serving you into light, into playfulness, into joyfulness, into really who you are. It's a really interesting setup. And, you know, it's just like that sense that you get this opportunity to ground into who you are. There's just the shaman. It's that sense of just being deeply connected and knowing that there's more to your life than your current situation and more to your life than how you're feeling right now. So it's just like you might hear messages with the shaman, you know, with the rattle. I just feel like there are messages coming on the wind to you. You know, there's a sense of guidance from greater source. And I think you have this opportunity to really ground into that, to meditate, to really feel into it, to take that little standstill, that little rest, and just feel into what you're doing right now. And be brave and honest with yourself and just be like, oh, that's not really helping me. And allow yourself to shift. And it will just happen so quickly when you just allow yourself to just be brave and honest, to grow within the challenge that is right in front of you. You know, see that there's so much more growth for you when you shift from your boredom, shift from where you are. You know, in that sense of responsibility, be grateful that you have that sense of responsibility. You know, you just got caught up in hating life. You know, you got caught up in all the heaviness and the emotions and things that are just, you're just allowing that to fuel you to get through what you're going through. And really, you have this opportunity to lean into the emotions and to really feel into who you are and be playful. I'm really inviting you to invite your inner child out to play. Go and splash in the water. And again, I just feel so much resistance to that playfulness. It's like, no, I have too much going on. I need to stay serious. That's the sense I get. You know, I've just got too much going on. I need to stay really serious and focused. But your focus is in the wrong place. And this is your opportunity to take that focus into transforming it into playful, light-hearted energy. Bring lightness into your life. You know, just be joyful that you get to enjoy your cup of coffee or tea. Be joyful that you get to spend time with your animals, with the people in your life. You know, really appreciate all the little things in your life that you are letting pass by because you're very focused on the challenge that's in front of you. You're very focused on everything and you just feel like you're like being worn away. And really that's just because of your own feelings. Reading number 3. This is your reading. Thank you so much for joining me.